All right, now we're going to watch our team member and our favorite editor, Brad Jones, on his Wisconsin deer hunt. He really put in a lot of work this year.
He did. And he's our favorite editor because he's our only editor. So
He'd still be our favorite.
he would. He's a super good guy. But yeah, he had a rough go of it too. You know, he went out and started out. The guy puts so much time in, you know, planning his food plots, making sure everything's good.
On land that he leases, you know,
Right.
he's hunting another property, and does a lot of maintenance and all that work on that.
He does, you know, just for that, you know, 1 second of time. As we always say, you know, it's your whole year can be miserable, but it takes 1 second to change it all. And fortunately for Brad, things didn't go right on the early go of this hunt, so he just put in a bunch more time and made it happen late in the year.
Today is August 4th. I'm in south central Wisconsin on one of the properties that I hunt. We're on a soybean plot that we sprayed last week with herbicide to kill the remaining weeds that we have. When we planted the beans, our planter's at 36-inch spacing between rows, so it's ideal conditions to broadcast in our fall blends, brassicas, oats, things like that. We're supposed to get rain tomorrow evening into the following day, 85-90% chance, so ideal conditions. Like I said, we're going to broadcast them in, and the rain will drive them in a little bit, and hopefully in a couple weeks we'll get some germination here, and 50 to 60 days we'll have some mature bulbs and brassicas. Okay, let me explain how I'm going to use the earthway seeder. I'm going to fill it up, and it's got a adjustment on the side that you can set for the opening that allows the seed to drop out into the seeder. I don't use the preset or the set device on these. What I do is I just open up the lever a little bit, and then I put my finger down as I'm twirling and just let those seeds tick your finger. If you feel like 2, 3, 4 seeds while you're walking, that's great. That'll be perfect spacing. If you're feeling 20, 30, they're just hammering your finger, that means you're putting them in way too thick. They're going to be way too close. They're going to stun out, and you're going to have a horrible, horrible plot. So like I said, just open up the slide a little bit, twirl it around, just let it tick your finger, and that's your setting. Okay, I'm going to give the container a good shake, even out all the different seeds that are in there. Let them mix back up because they'll settle as as they sit on the shelf or wherever you store your seeds. So give them a good shake up and pour them in the seeder. All right, they're just ticking my finger again. It's perfect. I'm not feeling a lot of seed coming out, but I'm feeling enough. Shake that cedar out, get it all clean. And that's it, folks, we're done. 4 plots seeded. It's October 7th today. It's first sit for me for archery, but you can see I'm in orange because it's the youth gun season opened this morning, so you have to wear orange. You have to comply with the Wisconsin laws, so I'm doing that. But anyways, I've got an 11 pointer that's my target buck, and he's been on this plot feeding the last 2 nights. It's soybeans that we planted 36-inch row space between them, and then I came back in the second week in August and broadcast brassicas over top of it, and they came in just beautiful. And this buck's been coming out early, so hopefully he'll follow the script and come in tonight, and we'll get a crack at him. So sit back and hopefully he'll show tonight. Well, the buck read the script perfectly. He came in 30-yard shot at him, and I shot right over its back. I played it back like 5 times now, and I don't know what happened. He obviously heard the arrow coming towards him. I don't think I bumped the stabilizer when I was shooting on the blind, but you know, anything could have happened, but I definitely just shot over the top of the buck's back, so that's pretty disappointing. We had this buck patterned, and I just didn't make the shot, so hopefully we can get it back on him. If he shows up on trail camera, I'll definitely be back out after him, but I'm going to give this property a rest for a good week, or unless he starts showing back up, so hopefully we can get another crack at him. It's October 20th, we're back out hunting again. 11 pointers showed back up on trail cam one night. Let's see, 2 nights ago it was just after dark. Last night it was about an hour before dark. So we're back out after this 11 pointer again. Hopefully he shows, and maybe I can make a better shot. He definitely ducked the arrow. He went down quite a bit. I watched it quite a few times on the computer when I got home, and I was pretty disgusted. It looked like the arrow was going at him, and he just dropped right down, and that arrow went right over the back. It just clipped the top of him, so I thought he was gone, but he's shown back up, so tonight will be the 3rd night. Hopefully he comes back tonight, and hopefully we can get a crack at him. It's November 24th. We're back at it. Afternoon hunt, day after Thanksgiving. Been pretty slow here in Wisconsin for the gun deer season. Seen a few smaller bucks, but nothing that I really wanted to shoot. My target buck's still running around, so he's been showing up on this plot about every 3rd day, so hopefully he'll come back tonight and we'll get a crack at him. Got a north wind this morning, or well, this afternoon I guess it is, and 24 degrees, so I would imagine those deer will be up and moving. There hasn't been any pressure on them around here. We've taken 1 deer so far this season. The landowner shot a 12 pointer, and that's been it. We haven't heard much shooting in the area. Talked to the neighbors, they haven't shot anything yet, so like I said, I don't think the deer are being pushed too much, so hopefully they'll come onto this food plot tonight, and I'll get a crack at one. So I looked out the back window and I saw a small doe first. Then I looked back a little further and I saw my target buck coming. Well, it's redemption. I got him. That buck that I missed on October 8th, little doe came out here about 15 minutes ago, and then he was behind it back in the woods, and he was going to trot off. I don't know, something down the way was spooking him. He came out in the field, stood there, and I smoked him. Didn't get a lot of footage, but boy, I've got some encounters with this deer this year, and I'm just very glad to get him on the ground. So, unbelievable. Unbelievable. I didn't have much hope for it, but I stuck it out, and sure enough, he came out tonight. Man, I've been chasing this deer. I didn't sit until October 8th. I had him patterned on this food plot. Sure enough, that first night he came out, gave me a 30-yard shot. I don't know if my stabilizer hit the stand or what, but that thing ducked down and turned to the right, and I just grazed the top of him. You can see on his back here where I'd grazed him, but stuck with it through the rifle season, and just happy to get this deer. We're losing the property this year. The guy that I've been hunting with for 20 years, he's getting up there in age and decided that it was time to sell it, and he found a buyer, and what a way to close out 20 years of hunting this property. I've taken some really nice deer, and this is probably the most special because it's going to be the last one. And like I said, I just had a lot of encounters with him. Missed him on the 8th of October. 2 weeks later, I let things rest. 2 weeks later, I had him. He was with a doe. He came out in the field, went back in, came back out again. Didn't present me with a shot. So that was the second encounter with him. I had one other encounter, which was really quick. I didn't even get him on film. And then this afternoon, he came out, and a little doe came out first, and the doe fawn, and she kept looking back into the woods. So I thought maybe a bigger doe was with him, or with her, and just peered out the back window, and I could see antlers, and I saw the 5 on the one side, and I knew it was him. So I waited. He hung up in the woods there. Something spooked him. Trotted out in the field, and he stopped, and he was looking the other way, and I drilled him. He went about 25 yards and piled up, but couldn't be more happier. And boy, I would tell you what, I owned my season this year chasing this boy around.